All right, what is up? What is up, everybody? So let's get into a comfortable position and get right into this. So I took one L today, and it was a pretty annoying L, right? I just got my funded account with Take Profit, or sorry, not Take Profit. I got my funded account with Tradeify, and today is our first day on it, and we took a $350 loss on MNQ. I entered into 3 contracts. And we'll basically go over this trade. But honestly, I don't really like this trade looking back, and I really don't think I should have taken it. So after market traded here, one thing was obvious going into this market was that this was a sweep of liquidity. We swept liquidity here, market swept it. And then as we were trading higher, obviously I already saw these, but I don't know exactly what was going through my head. I know this was in the live stream, but we had multiple entries right here. But I waited until that, I think it was, yeah, I was waiting until that 10 a.m. closure, which was happening right here when that 10, that 1 hour candle closed, and also that 4 hour candle closed. And right as we got that 10 a.m. closure, we also got this change in state, or not change in state delivery, just order block formed. So I entered in there and I got completely fucked. Damn, that's got to be an order loss right there. I got completely faded and fucked. So I got completely all of those, right? One thing I don't like already, just as we watch off the bat, what is that first presented fair value gap? Sort of my questioning going into this. So what we see is there's no fair value gap up until here. So this would be the first presented fair value gap. And it's like, first of all, I don't like taking a trade that's in the opposing direction, right? If we already did balance it, right? That first presented fair value gap was balanced here, but we're still trying to go long off of that when we know most of the time price is going to be within that range of that first presented fair value gap, right? As you can tell, price does buffer around it. So that was my loss going into it. And we sort of exited just basically on this huge candle. My stop loss was, I think it was on this relatively like swing low formation right there. And we got stopped out. So after that, I was a little bit annoyed, but we just let it run and I didn't take any more trades. And we were just waiting pretty much there. Then I also took a gold short. This was on the 1 minute chart. And it was, where was it? Yeah, so my gold short was pretty much, I was trying to short to these lows over here. Wait, it was, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and show my gold short. That video is in my files, so just give me a second. Alright, so you can hear this, right? I don't want to hear this. Okay. So as you can see on this gold short, let's just zoom in a little bit. I don't know. All right, yeah. So what I want you guys to see is this gold short was based off of, we got this move higher, we tapped into a fair value gap, you can't really see it, and then we displaced from it, right? Right where my entry is on that big black candle at BBC, right? Big black candle, and it closes below this fair or this volume imbalance, and I enter in once price trades back up into that volume imbalance, expecting there to be a quick price reaction, right? So this is what I like most about there's a good portion of my trades, but the best winners are these relatively heavier positioned, right? This one wasn't heavier position, but usually if this was on normal gold, this would be a heavy position. But you're not basing it off of anything but a retracement into a zone where you don't want to see price move any inch further, right? I mean, I guess it can move a little bit further, but I'm not risking a whole lot, right? I'm not really betting on an order block to swing high, swing low. You know, that's such a huge range, right? It's hard to demonstrate. But when I'm entering on those retracements, those quick retracements, I see a big benefit. But basically, I was pretty greedy here, which I don't like to be. I should have set just one valid stop loss, but I was trying to go for like the biggest move because I was in with a micro contract, so I wasn't up much profits. But we recouped around $100 profit. it's tapping the low almost, but we hit my buy stop instead of my buy limit, right? Because I was pushing too hard and moved my stop loss for the above price for my that is my stop loss, yeah. So that was pretty much that. And going into it, I have class in a little bit, but I'm going to be looking for shorts on YM, right? If you look on this daily chart, every single indices other than YM, what the fuck is it? Every single indices other than YM currently have swept this low or have traded underneath it, right? You see these lows right here. These lows have been traded underneath or swept by every other asset, meaning, okay, wait, let's trade this back. Sorry, I have to adjust this. Every other asset, so ES, NQ, RTY, all these, they traded lower, taking out these lows. So I expect YM to follow. And right now on this daily candle, it looks like, we're going to be creating that wick for that displacement lower. Most of the times I do see this form during Asia, so we would be looking for this to form. And I would personally like this unmitigated fair value gap on the daily, right? This is a daily fair value gap that price could trade into. And then we'll look for a change state delivery. So that's something that I would be looking for to take on my live account if we do get it. Taking this first loss after getting a live account is very annoying, but it teaches me, it definitely does teach me a lot. It teaches me I have to lock in. I'm not just taking any trade, right? Also, losses are inevitable. So at this point, sometimes I can go into it, blame myself for every single thing, when it is myself who took that trade. But sometimes you got to own up to it, right? Either sometimes losses are good or they're bad. This one, I would say technically it is, although it's not my model, it's good. I got a loss to put me back in line, but we won't be doing anything like that anymore. We're really focused, remember, solely on the model. This is modeled, right? Because model is high time frame, right? This is purely based on high time frame, right? NQ took out these lows. ES took out one of these lows and is about to take out the next low or equal load it. RTY, the Russell, took out both of them as well. So on YM, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for that continuation. I think it's a lagging asset right now. And so I would be looking for that going into Asia, potentially even London, right? So right now we're trading on the 0.5 of this range, right? 0.5 of this range is going to be next. We're going to watch this for the reaction. 0.5 of this range already concluded that we're going to go higher. We use that as support to go higher, so we'll watch that. But going into it, it's very important. I'm going to be locked in. We're going to be looking to make back some profits on this account because we're not losing this account because guess what? I passed it. I passed it by just showing how I traded. I traded normally and I passed the account. So I know for a fact that I can do this in the future, and we're just going to continue pushing for my model. Losses are just part of the game, right? Obviously, as you can see, this is bullish order flow right here. It's what we like to see if my daily bias is going to be lower. So we'll see. Thank you.